Hello, Cherie Hanson here. The first thought that came to me today was kind of interesting. I was thinking about the term getting ahead. What it used to mean back in the day when I was being indoctrinated into the zombie walk capitalist system of using my time so I could get money, so I could buy products, so that people could make products, is that we need to be ahead of other people, because the concept that we were given, that we were brainwashed into believing, was that it's a competition. And there is a first place winner, a second place winner, a third place winner, and a also ran runner up. And so when I went into my grade 4 classroom, the teacher had this little diorama of a race course with the horses running on it. And each of our names was on a horse. Some of the horses had higher marks on the test that day, and so their horse would move ahead. Some of the students didn't do well on the test, so their horse fell behind. And I think so often of the feeling that the students got in that situation. We were being told that you can only succeed if you get ahead of other people. And the problem was, it was a system of public shaming. And we didn't even understand that that's what we were being taught. If you aren't ahead, if you aren't better than other people, then you are somehow failing. And it fascinates me how much that socializing message ran everything in the society. Everything is about exterior recognition. Do I value myself? Oh, let me check my score. Let me check where my horse is on this racetrack. Oh no, I've fallen behind. And what I've come to understand, as I hope someone who's achieved some modicum of wisdom in life, is that what my trust in myself comes from is by not letting other people tell me who I am, or when I'm successful, or when I'm failing. It's an inside job, baby. It's an inside job. So how do I get ahead? I get ahead by paying attention to my thoughts. It's a different kind of getting ahead. Do you even know who you are? This is the thing that I think is so fascinating, is as a teacher in a classroom, I had 200 students every 3 months. And the main issue that the adolescent students had was they didn't know who they were. And so they relied on the other adolescents around them to tell them who they were. When you're in a job, you don't know who you are. So you wait for your HR report, you wait for your boss to show you who you are, you wait for your other co-workers to show you who you are. And the whole system is built on the idea of not focusing on your relationship with yourself. Because Lord knows if you do that, you could become eccentric. Now look at that. Eccentric. What does that mean? Not in the center. In the center of what? In the center of an illusion. In the center of the mass conditioning. In the center of the march with everyone around you marching in the same direction. In the center of a society that doesn't look at cruelty, that doesn't look at compassion, that doesn't self-reflect. But when we get to a point when we embrace that each of us is the center, you are the center of you. However tall you are or short you are, whatever color your eyes are, whatever things you like to do, what kind of instrument you want to play if you're a musician, all of that is the center of you. And that's how you come to learn to trust yourself. When we get to a point where we trust ourselves, we always feel safe. Yes, you're going to go through stuff. Yes, you're going to lose things and people and situations. Yes, you will have physical struggles because you're in this meat package. And, you know, it's got an expiration date. You can kind of feel it. But when we get to a place where we can trust ourselves because of our perceived victories. And I'm going to talk about that. It's a very important issue. Perceived victories. So for me, a victory is when I get good sleep, even when the outside world is panicking. For me, a victory is when my garden is staying alive, even in the heat. For me, a victory is when I had a headache and I felt crabby or, heat exhausted, or situations were such that I could have justified cruelty or a situation of blaming other people. I chose not to. Now, that doesn't look like a victory to other people because they're operating from a different view of what life is. But each time we rise above, each time we take another step on the spiritual path of knowing who we are and accepting the lessons as they come in, we grow to trust ourselves more and more. And you know what happens when you trust yourself? You become more you. Step back, baby. You're going to be eccentric. You're going to be in the center of your being and not relying on other people to tell you who you are. So as we watch ourselves, we can have an intention to watch our growth, to watch our victories, to watch. For me, I have very precipitous stairs that are, the old-fashioned, they are like a ship's ladder. And each time I go down the stairs, I use that as a mindfulness practice. Am I balanced? Do I know where I am in my body? Do I know where my feet are? Do I know where my shoulders are in relationship to the step I'm about to take? And so it is part of my spiritual practice to stay in the now. Can I navigate the stairs without severe damage? Well, so far, so good. So you find your own measure. You find your own victories. You find your own way of making yourself healthy and happy and a light carrier, a torch carrier, somebody who is able to pull back into the self, to come back home to the body, to come back home to their identity, and hold space for a better world. And that's what we're being asked to do. Not to get ahead. We're being asked to get ahead and watch ourselves and be mindful. Do I trust myself? Yes. I trust myself because I have navigated so many rapids, so many waterfalls, so many cliff faces, and I have managed to stay in the idea that it is a lesson instead of screaming and crying and writhing. This is why we love extreme athletes. When we see someone who rides a bike across a hellscape, when we see a tennis star who has physical health problems and yet is the best star in the world, when we see someone who is doing gymnastics, the thing that makes us so thrilled, and I know this totally, why we're so thrilled, is because they are giving us an example of how to trust the self. And we want to be like that. And how we do it is we stay inside. We stay in the now. We stay in a state of positive, high vibration energy, no matter what comes at us, just like an extreme athlete. So this is what came to me today. I really, really encourage you to subscribe to my channel because I have learned so much in my life and I want to help other people. I want to give reassurance to other people that whoever they are is beautiful. Be eccentric. Be in the center of you and not of the paradigm, the societal projection. Dare to be you. So please subscribe. Thank you for liking. Thank you for your good comments. If you want life coaching, I am helping people grow. I am helping people learn to trust themselves and to be happier with who they are in this very moment. And again, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you.